Hello, and welcome to the Tutorial Toolbox. My name is Tobias, and this is Unity 101, Episode 9. Last time, we dabbled a little bit with the asset store of Unity, and we downloaded two assets. We downloaded some character models as well as some raw mocap motion capture data, and today we're going to take that into use by using Unity's Mecanim system that allows us to easily manage and transition animations on our character models. So let's start up Unity and see what we can do with this. So we have our little SWAT guy here on our plane. And first of all, one thing that I have forgot to, I'm not sure if I've talked to you about, but just a nice little feature with lighting here. You can set soft light or soft shadows, hard shadows, and basically give your game objects and stuff shadows like that. You can change the strength of them and stuff like that too. It's just a little something that I came to think of here. Alright, so first of all, let's go into the soldier, um, the folder for the soldier character pack. Click the SWAT guy, go to rig, and change the animation type to humanoid, create from this model, and apply. What this does is that the way the bones in the way that Unity reads the bones in the model is similar to how a human would look like, instead of how um what's it called? Instead of the pre-rigged things inside the model. You can also see now there's a little bit more stuff here. But alright, so that's that. If you go back to the SWAT guide, we can now see that we have a new component here. Before we had animation, and now we have animator. First of all, we're just going to change this SWAT avatar by clicking this circle with the dot inside and change it to default avatar. And then we gotta create a new folder, animators. And inside the animators folder, we are gonna create an animator controller player. So we're gonna give our animator on our SWAT guide this player animator controller, and then we're gonna open it up. You get this new window called animator, and it starts off by looking like this with the any state inside of the middle, layers here, and parameters. So what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to right click, just move this down a bit. We're gonna right click, create state, empty. You don't have to arrange them and stuff, it doesn't really matter where they are, but I'm gonna call this idle. So first of all, I'm just gonna take a little bit of time to tell you what this is really. And what this is Mecanim. This is where we can, via flowcharts, create animation trees for our player. So basically, um, we use this normally the old style of animation. You would encode, or using the animation thing, you would change animations and stuff on certain um, yeah, using code and stuff like that. You would either play the animation or stop playing an animation or fade into another animation and stuff like that. And Mechanim does all this for us. It just needs to know what animation should I play, and when should I play it, and then it does everything else for us, and it's really nice and really easy to work with. So we have this idle, and we need to set a motion for it. So for that, we go into the raw mocap, animations, idle, and well, you can choose anyone. To see what kind of animation it is, simply go from rig to animation. You can play it here, and there's all sorts of stuff for this idle. Idle neutral too, maybe. You can of course speed it up. But I'm gonna use idle neutral 1. So to use it, simply click the arrow here so we get this motion. We don't need the reference. So we get the motion and we put it here. And if we play the game, something is wrong. Um, you can see she was kind of swaying, but the arms didn't really work. So what can we do to fix this? Copy from another avatar, default avatar. Hmm, create from this model. There we go. Sorry, my bad. It has to be the SWAT avatar when we do it like this. So we use the controller called player and the avatar called SWAT avatar, and we apply root motion. Update mode is actually supposed to be animate physics, so that's my bad. But yeah, now you can see he's standing, relaxed, kind of looks like a human instead of this spread arms static thing. So now we have got him to be idle. We need to make it so we can move our player. And instead of doing this all in code and moving the transform and stuff like that, we're actually going to do this using animations. And this is where it becomes really cool and really easy actually, as long as you have the animation for it, of course. So create a state. Actually, no, we don't. My bad. Go into raw mocap, animations, walking. Walking forward is, well, yeah, the animation for walking forward. So we are going to be using that. Simply drag the motion inside the animator and right click from idle, make transition to walk forward. Now we need to create a parameter called speed. Actually, it doesn't have to be called speed. What this parameter is going to be doing is it's going to be deciding whether we are walking or whether we are not walking. And let's just call it speed. It is a float. And what we want to do is inside the inspector on this transition from idle to walk forward, we want to remove the exit time, and then we want to add one. The speed is greater than 0.5. And then we want to make a transition back. Again, delete the exit time, but this time speed is less than 0.5. So we now have, let's just move this down here. We now have our player, but we can't move him because we can't change this speed variable right yet at least. So let's create a script that does this for us. Make a player script, give it to your player, open it up, and it's actually really easy to do this. I know I said there wouldn't be any code, but this is one line of code. So first of all, we need the public animator so we can access the animator. And then inside the update, all we gotta do is anim.set float speed input.getAxis vertical. So basically this sets the float speed to whatever the input axis of vertical, which is which is up and down keys. So if we press forward, the speed parameter is going to go towards 1, and when we let go or we push backwards, it's going to go towards 0 or -1. So let's see what happens when we just remember to give it the animator. You can see down here also, when we're running, there's this progress bar for how long the animation has been going on. But as you can see now, we're walking, and we start walking and we stop walking, and it goes back to being idle. Of course, there's a little bit of transition time, but it's pretty damn close. Why doesn't it have a name? Let's call it player. That's weird. All right. One more thing. Let's just add the smooth follow script to our camera, just for the sake of it. Change it up a bit. Distance 6, height 3 is a view I like. So let's walk. But we can only really walk forward, so there's not really much to that at all now, is there? So let's make it so that we can also turn around. So how do we do this? Well, we use another feature which is really one of the smartest things in Mecanim. We delete this, don't need to walk forward right now, and we create a state from new blend tree. Call this blend tree walk. And double click it, we get into a new view. You can see here we have the base layer and we have the blend tree called walk. So in here we are going to want our walk forward. Oh, sorry. We're going to click this, and we need another parameter. Call it dive. What should we call it? Let's call it turning. And we want the parameter to be turning. The motion here, we want to add motion field, and we want that to be our walk forward. And then we want to add 2 more motion fields and put the walk forward in the middle. So these other 2 motion fields are going to be our turning animations. We have 3 turning animations here. Let's just make it. You can walk forward, to turn right, neutral, medium, neutral, short. I don't think it's neutral actually. I don't know what NTR. I think it might be neutral. I don't know, but medium, short, and wide. Basically, it dictates how far of a angle the person is turning on. I'm going to use the medium, and I have already edited a little bit. I have taken, because in its full length, in the end you can see it on the others actually. In the end, he does this thing where he walks backwards. So and then he starts walking backwards, and that's to, I think it's to like finish the animation so it can start perfectly again. But we don't want that because that's not how you walk in real life. So I've taken, and I just moved this a bit to kind of avoid this. And the animation isn't smooth. You can work with it. Mine kind of laughs there. He stands still for a second and then he continues walking. So that looks kind of ridiculous. You could maybe like change this up a bit so it starts walking again. And then there's a little flicker. I don't know. I'm not gonna worry too much about it because this is just a concept game and stuff like that. But you can play along with it however much you want and try to see if you can make it like a smooth transition. And then one thing, remember to take this loop time and select it, and then you're gonna want to apply it, of course. I'm just gonna click revert because I already did it before. So let's take this motion and put it in our blend tree. So this is turning right, and as you can see, there's no turning left. But what we do is we take the same one and then we invert it or mirror it. Alright. So we want to uncheck this automate threshold, I think actually, don't we? Yeah, we want it to be -1, 0, and 1, because we are going to set the turning to our horizontal axis, which goes between -1 and 1, where if it's if neither of the keys are being pressed, it's at 0 and we want to walk forward. If we press the left key, it goes towards the -1, and we want it to go to the left side and vice versa. So let's go out of our blend tree. Let's make a transition from idle to walk, and from walk to idle, the same transitions as before. Speed is greater than 0.5 and speed is less than 0.5. And let's put it down here and let's see what we've got. We've got the idle, we can move forward, and we can't turn because I forgot to add that to the script. That's my bad, of course. So simply open up the script, copy this line, change speed to turning, and change axis to horizontal. And now let's check walking and turning the other way. So now we can kind of walk around. Of course, the camera isn't really following him as if it was a third-person view. This is more just like a camera following behind him. You can turn to see yourself if you wish and stuff like that. But yeah, we can turn around, walk however we want. You can also see that there's this stuttering in the walking when he turns because the animations aren't that perfect and stuff. But of course, if this was a big game or an official game even, you might want to take a little more time and look into the animations and try to make it look prettier so there isn't these stutterings and stuff like that. So let's see how much time. 18 minutes. That should do it. It's been a little bit long this time, but I think we learned a lot. We can now move our player model around. Hardly any coding. All with this Mecanim, which is amazing and I love it. And we can set up even more stuff, like if we have an attack animation we want to play or a jump animation we want to play at a specific time, we simply just make a boolean or something and activate it, and then the animation is going to go over and do its thing, and when it's done it's gonna go back and do whatever else we want to do. So this is a really easy way to kind of animate your character if you have the animations, and luckily enough we have the animations from this raw motion capture data that is free to download. So that has been all for this time, unfortunately. Um, I am not 100% sure what we're going to be doing next time, but we'll figure it out. It'll probably have something to do with enemies. Let's say that. Yeah, next time let's do enemies. Let's do attacking and stuff like that. Maybe a little bit of some kind of GUI so we can have health and stuff. And let's try to get this to be, well, yeah, a real concept game because right now it's just like it's a sandbox where you can walk around as a SWAT soldier. But yeah, so let's do some add some more animations next time. Let's do the attacking and let's spawn in an enemy that he can kill. Of course, it's gonna be some kind of fist fight probably. I don't even know if there are any it's interacting. Idle jump, idle grab. Hmm, no. I gotta look into that, see if we can find some kind of sorry, if we can find some kind of attacking animation so we can do that, or else we'll just have to do it without animations and you would have to add in the animation yourself. We can use a placeholder animation, for example, when we want to attack, we use a short jump animation or something like that so we can see visually that the animation is happening and it's going on at the right time and stuff like that. But in reality, you would use another animation clip to make it look, well, more real. So, that has been all for this Unity tutorial on Mecanim. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you want to watch more Unity tutorials or other kinds of tutorials. If you have any ideas to what kinds of tutorials I should do, then please send me a message or post in the comments or whatever. Like this video, come with some feedback if you didn't like, or if you like, if there's something in particular that you like in the way that I teach, that'd be really great. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a blast. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.